When the whole world was dragged into World War III, brave men like my father fought on the front lines. And they weren't alone. That was 20 years ago. Now it's up to us to carry on their legacy. And every so often, the earth from which we come gives way for something new, something greater to be born. And with them, even greater threats to face. Phenomenova. For you, Dad. For you. I just want it to be like the Crusader Corps. Like my father. I thought with my new powers I could be. But I failed. I let everyone down. I got people hurt. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And instead I made things worse. But now I have the chance to make things right with the help of one of the Crusader Corps, the Phoenix Setchi. And I will. I have to. Whatever it takes. I will find that spark again.
We call ourselves Phenomenova. Yesterday, the Stormbearers, a deadly group of mercenaries, took control of a nuclear reactor. Before we arrived on the scene, Galvanite, a superpowered teenage boy, attempted to stop them. He failed. His story ended there that day. Ours began shortly after. Today, I sift through the memories of that day. I will put the pieces together, and we will bring those responsible to justice.
Someone says, what's the future? Vaughn Coleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are doing well. It is a fine day here, and it is about to get finer because, guys, channel memberships. It's happening. I finally decided to stop being a lazy ass and actually make it happen. And I'm going to make some big strides. That's my plan. What's up, Doug? Emily, how you guys doing? So, channel memberships, which means I am going to be streaming more. I think it's important. Look at that. I could just switch midstream to members only. See, I'm seeing new features that I didn't have access to before. That's so cool. And then I start a poll. So I could just start gatekeeping you guys anytime I want in favor of the select elite at any given point. It's awesome. But I'm not going to do that right now. But I am going to talk about some stuff I've got in store, as well as some stuff I've got, for free. First of all, if you guys have read Phenomenova issues 1 and 2, great. Issue 3, I want to update you guys. I think it's important, especially if it's a product you already paid for, right? Now, I'm going to try to be better about, I hate being behind, even if it's only a little bit, right? So it is lettered, right? Basically, what's happened is my letterer did it. We went through a round of revisions. We went back. It's good to go on my end. My letterer likes it. I like it. We've made it as good as can be, and we said, okay, all we're waiting on is my editor is going to give his feedback. And then after that, once that is finalized, my editor signs off on it. I sign off of it. We send it over to our good friend, Michael Bancroft, to format it. Once it's formatted, then it's sent to the printer. And once it's sent to the printer, it has to, go through that process. Could take about 2 weeks, and the fulfillment could take about a week or two. So that is why I am really trying to get it out, get it in hands next month. It's really important. And this deadline, every little delay is driving me crazy. But I'm doing everything I can to get it in your hands. Just know that. And my hope is that things will move faster. So here's the thing. Issue 4 has already begun production. Now I only have one day show in February is going to be a very light month convention wise for me. Also February is going to be a month where, like I said, I'll be getting this done. My goal is to get a lot of busy work done next month because in March is going to be crazy. March, I'm going to be in a ton. Yes, I am dressed as Cypher, by the way. I never give any context. All right, so Cypher, the New Mutants character, was created by Chris Claremont and Sal Buscema. Now, Sal Buscema passed away. So in honor of Sal Buscema, who I'm sure, I don't think he never even drew Cypher in this uniform. When Sal Buscema introduced Cypher, he was literally just a kid that Kitty Pryde was friends with. He wasn't even revealed to be a New Mutant until an X-Men issue, I believe. But Sal Buscema created Cypher, and then created Doug Ramsey, and then he became Cypher in Sienkiewicz's run, right? But the character was still created by Sal Buscema, because he wears the generic New Mutants uniform. So that's why I'm wearing that in honor of my boy. What's up? Isaac Bell just love the stream. How's it going, Isaac? We were just looking at your campaign. Looks great, man. I'm gonna have to back it. I've been busy as hell, but man, yeah, this has been great. So I want to get into kind of where I want to go with my channel. So I want to do more streams talking about nerdy stuff I'm into, right? I think that's important. Having fun in chat. And I'm always wondering what you guys like, what kind of streams you guys like. Hangout streams and streams where we talk about a particular thing. I'm down for all of it. All of it. But yeah, I want to just kind of really hone in on
just gushing about stuff I love, man. And then I have other ideas too. Like, so I want to do some special stuff for members, and then there's going to be 2 tiers of membership, right? Let's get into that. So we have the $3 a month, which is the standard membership. And then after that, we also have, well, so the standard membership includes emojis, and it includes badges. So let's look at those emojis, shall we? Let's look at those emojis. So those emojis include these. Look at this. We got this picture, this photograph right here. You'll have access to use this in my chat. If you want it, you know. Then we have this image right here. I think this is a good image. We have this image right here, a fan favorite image. I would say Vaughn Cloudman. Well, but you don't have these emojis. And we have this one. Oh, look at that! It's Mia Cypher. You know, I have better hair now. That was a couple years ago, man. I look older already. Shit, I'm getting older. But yeah, there we go. So all 4 of these, yeah, exactly. The Axe one is my personal favorite. Although this one's pretty good. Yeah, that one. I like this one. So there we go. All of these can be yours for a low price of $0. Well, no, $3 a month. So there we go. If you guys want that, make sure to check that out. Another thing I want to touch on is you guys get like little Phenomenova characters badges. You start with the Rebel Oasis logo. If you're here for a month, you get Galvanite, and then it keeps going up the chain. You know, the longer you're a member, the more you get new characters every so often for the badges. So that's going to be a ton of fun too. Now, the other thing you get is you get special treatment. I'll reply to members first, of course. I give you guys special treatment. I also will give you guys like special streams. I'm thinking for members. Like, for example, one of the ideas I had for members is to really, like, for example, do deep dives of the Phenomenova issues for members. That's one of the ideas I have, is to really go through page by page, panel by panel, and stuff like that, and really just break it down in greater detail. And I'd love to do that with my short stories too. Now, as for the higher tier members, so there's 2 kinds of people. So if you're watching this on YouTube, chances are you'll probably get it on YouTube. But for those that don't give a shit about the YouTube stuff, like the emojis and all of that, and you're just like, I want the other stuff. Well, let me tell you about the other stuff. So I want to do every month, give you guys something new, whether it's like a new story, a new short story, or even just part of a comic, like a little comic strip or part of a comic strip, or some behind the scenes stuff that, you know, like for whatever I'm working on for the next book, or maybe like even older stuff, like maybe rejected thumbnails, or old drafts of what would become Phenomenova, right? Stuff like that. Either way, every month I'd be giving you something new, something that hasn't been released yet. And that's my goal. That's something I really want to do. And that would just be $5 a month for that. Now, if you don't give a shit about my YouTube membership program, like I don't need those emojis or anything like that, but you want that stuff, then you go to RebelOasisStudios.com. Look at that. We got some snazzy news sections. You go to join, $5 a month. You click that, and now you have access to the members section that gives you the access to all of that. But say you want both the YouTube thing and you want all of that, right? Well, then if that's the case, you go to my memberships and you hit the second tier. So there's Coleman and Coleman Crew is the $3 a month membership, right? The $2.99. For $8.99, you get the combination of the two. You get both the YouTube membership and you get that other stuff. And all that other stuff, instead of it being on the Rebel Oasis website, it's available in a members only, a Coleman Crew only YouTube community tab. That's it. So all of that stuff right there. We have some really cool stuff in mind. I have a friend who's doing a 10-pager, 10 pagers really, but it would be each strip would be its own strip, and it would just be a 10-part story of Estrella. He really liked drawing Estrella. My friend Bobby, actually. So that's in the works. He's writing it. He's a great writer, it turns out. He's been showing me some stuff he's working on. I just started writing. And so I gave him permission. I liked what he was pitched me. And so that's going to be happening. We've got all my Reapers in Pursuit stories are going to be available here. In fact, today, guys, Daymare, the story Living Daymare, is officially live on my YouTube. I mean, on YouTube for Rebel Oasis Crusaders members or Coleman Crusaders members. Either way, if you are a member of that higher tier, you can read Living Daymare right now for free. Well, I don't know if it's free, but with that membership, you get to read Daymare. So if you want that story, if you want to check it out, go ahead and subscribe right now. Let me pull that up real quick. A picture of Daymare, for those of you that don't know. He is one of the first characters I came up with. Actually, back when it was a movie idea, it was going to be he was going to be one of the first characters I introduced. He's one of my favorites that I came up with when I was a kid, and he stuck around. So Daymare, I'm going to show you an image of him real quick in case you missed him. He is in the thumbnail of this stream. But if you guys want that, the story is available right now for anyone who's a member to read. So you can check that out. Now, what if you're like, Vaughn, I don't know if I trust you to write interesting stories, even if it's only a couple pages. I think it's like 7 pages because I've only seen you do stuff with pictures. Well, you can still read The Highland Houndsman right now. But let's say you're not ready to sit down and read yet. Okay. No worries. Well, this is a big thing that I want to talk about. Again, this is also in the thumbnail. I had the pleasure of, when I first posted The Highland Houndsman, I shared in a bunch of subreddits in 3 parts, hoping it would gain traction. And it didn't gain a ton, right? But I didn't expect that. Most stories don't. I'm not a huge Redditor. I don't know how the algorithm really works, and I didn't really research it. But I posted in a bunch of subreddits. I got a few people that liked it, that read it, right? A couple hundred views. But I got one someone suggested I post in the Vidith subreddit. Now, Vidith, I said Vidlith in the video by accident. Vidith does some great stuff. He does horror narrations. And apparently, if he likes your story, if you put it in a subreddit, he will do a live reading of it on his YouTube channel. Okay. So I do it, and he responds. I think he responds with like an eye-raising emoji. And I'm like, oh. So I make sure I turned on notifications of his channel. And last night, I'm on my phone. I get a notification. I think I see Vidith Highland Houndsman. I'm like, wait. And so I was recording a short, and I clicked on it so fast that I had been working the short for a good 10 minutes, and I lost all my progress in the short clicking on this. And I'm like, oh my God. And so there we go. But it doesn't matter because this was so cool. So he did a great job narrating it. I've already listened to this multiple times. It's only been out for not even a full 24 hour. Ooh, I like this. He chose part of the story. Paste bin. What's that? I don't know. But he did a great job on this story. And I like the thumbnail choice he did too. It's a pretty interesting. I want, with the Highland Houndsman, because it's an urban legend, I want anyone to really read the story and depict the Highland Houndsman and Ziggy however they see fit. In fact, a certain artist I tasked with depicting at least the Highland Houndsman, if not also Ziggy, on the cover of Reapers in Pursuit. That's right. Reapers in Pursuit is happening. In fact, fingers crossed, it should be ready to go by Friday the 13th, February 13th. That's our goal, is to launch it on Friday the 13th. And the campaign will have an exclusive cover. So it'll be a limited print run, a really cool exclusive cover featuring a lot of the characters from the stories. So that is super exciting. I really genuinely cannot wait for that. And I think you guys will really enjoy it too. It's exciting stuff, man. And so I'm going to go ahead and post this link in the chat right now. If you guys are not ready to read, this is also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. And if you guys can, make sure to subscribe to him, leave a comment, leave a like, show him some love. 4 dislikes, you fuckers. Who would dislike this video? It's great. Dude, that's crazy. Like, I had this idea, I posted it, and I like barely any traction. And then here, boom, look at that. I don't even care. Like, all right, it would be cool, like, if some of them find their way to me. But even if not, the fact that they're enjoying my works, enjoying my stories. I mean, and it seems like the people in the comments are digging the story, you know? I'm really liking it. A couple people have dogs named Ziggy in the comments. That's interesting. I didn't know that was such a common name. But yeah, apparently it's a very common dog name. I know it wasn't. It would never be you guys. Andy, what's going on? How you guys doing? So that's what I've got in store. Now, as for content, yeah, Coleman and crew, I really want to do more of. Next episode we're going to do is going to be on Battle Beast. If you guys have read, I mean, 5 issues. Was it 5 or 6 issues? No, it was it? Hang on. How many issues was Battle Beast? Was it 5 or 6? I think it was 6, right? Battle Beast is one of the more fun titles I've read last year. I really enjoy Battle Beast. I thought it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to reading more when it comes back. But I want to talk about Volume 1 with some friends. Now that we've gone through Invincible, I think it'll be fun to talk about Battle Beast. I really enjoyed this series. Battle Beast is such a fun character in the Invincible universe. And I can't wait for the Viltrumite War in Season 4. That's going to be a ton of fun. But yeah, that's what I got going, guys. And I plan on doing, like I said, the problem is I haven't been consistent with content, and I got to make sure that I am. You know, it's important. It's really important. And I think one of the things to do is to keep finding topics I'm interested in and just keep talking about it. I'd love to do. Did you guys like game streams? Because I definitely would love to do game streams, for example. Like, those are always fun. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to do. But again, you know, and memberships will get special privileges. Game streams, yes. All right. I will have to do that. But Daymare is, I definitely am going to introduce Daymare in Phenomenova Comics. V-Man Rocks? Yeah, that was my gamer tag, and also what my Reddit name is V-Man Rocks. Yep, that's me. I'm V-Man Rocks. So yeah. Nice. Yeah. V-Man Rocks, guys. That's me. Now let's see what else I wanted to talk about. There's a couple of other things I wanted to talk about. Pulling it up. We got. Yeah, so the more I looked it up. So like, because choosing a bunch of stickers. So basically, what happened was when I was going through stickers, I asked my friends to send me some shit. And they sent me some funny shit that I could make stickers of. But it's like, I ultimately decided on those 4. But the more subscribers I get, the more stickers I can get, you know? So that is why I have things the way I have them. Yeah. So that was why I decided to do that. Hi, Von Coleman. Hi, Lori Calcetera. How's it going? Yeah, no, so that's where I'm at with this is I have this new horror story and it's dude, writing horror is so much fun. It is so much fun. And I just enjoy the hell out of it. It's like one of the more it comes surprisingly I love the building of suspense. I love the really like drip feeding information. And I'm going to say this too, and I feel this way about horror in every medium. I feel this way about horror in comics. I feel this way about horror in film. I feel this way about even horror when writing stories. That horror is such a genre. There's so much crap. Most of it is crap. To do good horror, you have to really be a good storyteller. And I think it's a great hallmark of a storyteller if they can do horror well. I think once you can do horror well, you could start doing other genres well. And I feel like because it's really about accentuating the simple moments and making those moments scary, a conversation scary, building into those big moments, and that was a ton of fun. And with Reapers in Pursuit, yeah, exactly. And with the Highland Houndsman, with this story I just did, exactly, making people sit in dread, 100%. And so let me hang on. Let me see if I have because I will say on my website, I'm going to show this real quick. I have this new section on my website, titles, there's going to be more coming soon. We have Phenomenova. Oh, look at that! I haven't seen that art before. Could that perhaps be the issue 4 cover? Perhaps. We got Reapers in Pursuit. Reapers in Pursuit right here. She ran out and ran away with it is the next horror story I'm going to release. I think I'm going to release that one for free as well. Highland Houndsman, She Ripped My Heart Out for free. And then the rest will be behind the membership paywall. Or you buy Reapers in Pursuit, which will include that and other stories. Let's go for the Highland Houndsman, right? You click on that, and it's going to bring you to the story for you to read online. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in chat, actually. I'll link that I'll put it on Facebook as well. So I'm doing a short story collection. It's a horror book filled with stories from me and a bunch of other creators. It was a prompt. We're going to probably do another one if this does well. And basically what happened was, so Allie and I selected the stories we liked the most. She's doing the editing and all of that. And we're publishing that story. We're crowdfunding it next month, and I'll have just tons of short stories. I wrote 6, but I canned one of them because I think it needed more work. So I have 5 stories in there and a poem. And Allie has, I think, 3 stories in there, and then a bunch of others. Bats, Bat Sauce. He has stuff in there, a lot of stuff. So that's what Reapers in Pursuit is. In fact, I'm going to get the email list to that, but you can read my story, The Highland Houndsman, right now. And there's also a YouTuber did a amazing narration of The Highland Houndsman, which I linked up earlier in the chat right here. You could look that up too. Wait, can I put that? I don't know if I could show that on. One story is very obvious. So he thinks his story is the best. Can I? Oh, it's not letting me post comments on Facebook? What the hell? Or Twitter. That's weird. All right. Well, you'll just have to go to my website then, Rebel Oasis Studios. If you go to titles, then go to RIP, you could find it. You could find the Highland Houndsman there, or you could Google the Highland Houndsman, or you could search it on YouTube if you want to listen to the audio version. That's annoying. I guess. Bullshit, though. That's fucking bullshit, man. You could also find it if you go to the community section on my YouTube. There's a bunch of places you can find the Highland Houndsman. I wanted to kind of make it easily accessible because that's a taste of what some of my writing can be. I think it's one of my better stories. It's on subreddits too. It's everywhere. So the Highland Houndsman is out there. And then I did just now for members only, whether you're a member on my website or a member on my YouTube. If you're one at the Crusader tier on YouTube, or if you're a member on my website, you can read my newest story, Living Daymare, which is set in the Phenomenova universe and follows an anti-hero, or it follows a group of criminals being hunted down by an anti-hero. It is following more so the getaway driver of some criminals, and whatever these guys did, he doesn't know, has got the attention of a very violent anti-hero, and he's afraid for his life, and he's trying to figure out who this guy is, what the people he is working with did, and it's just, he feels like he's going to die, and he's in between a rock and a hard place. So that's what that Living Daymare is about. And I think it's some of my better work. I'm really proud of that one. And and the Highland Houndsman was one that I based largely on a summer camp that I grew up at. Summer camp called Camp Hayes. It was made for kids originally that lost loved ones in 9/11, and then it expanded to be just kids that lost loved ones in general. And we had Cropsy was our urban legend, right? But our version of Cropsy was so fundamentally different from like the actual urban legend Cropsy that by the time I was like doing research, I was like, this isn't even the same thing. But I wanted to write about what we knew. And so I was like, well, this is basically just a different monster at this point. All right, then let's double down on it. Let's call him something else. Let's make him his own character. If anything, gives me an excuse to come up with my own. Because I wanted to write something that was very authentic. And so I changed it to the Highland Houndsman because our version had a dog named Ziggy and was a hunter. So basically, our version of Cropsy was the Highland Houndsman. Yeah, became the Highland Houndsman. Was what I wanted to do. So that was a ton of fun. And I think you guys will really enjoy that story. So far, a lot of people seem to be. Now, for the costume, I'm, of course, dressed as Cypher and Honor. Now, Sal Buscema, I want to talk about for a bit because Sal Buscema was one of the all-time greats. And I want to just touch on what some of his work. Now, Sal Buscema is known for a lot of stuff, you know. He's known for primarily Hulk and Spider-Man, but also Rom. But he did a ton of stuff. Oh, the Defenders, too. I didn't realize. Yeah, I think he co-created the Defenders. Someone recommended a store run. He's done so much, and he did a bunch of New Mutants, too. Now, that's where I first found him through, is his New Mutants. Although I've probably read some of his Spectacular Spider-Man, actually. Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on. Have I read any of his Spectacular Spider-Man? I might have. Let me see. I haven't. I've never read any of his Spectacular Spider-Man. Okay. Thought maybe there'd be some of it in here. Damn. Because he did so much. I'm kind of surprised. But I mean, Sal Buscema, of course, one of the all-time best. And yeah, he did that. And he did some great New Mutants. I mean, wait, wrong thing. New Mutants. So he, right after Bob McLeod left the book, he was the first artist. I did interview him on my channel if you guys ever want to go back and check that out. Right after Bob McLeod, we had Sal Buscema. So Sal Buscema did some amazing work. And he took over right after Bob McLeod. And some of the stuff he did was he co-created Magma, Selene, who ended up becoming the Black Queen later on. So a lot of the stuff he did really were characters that would go, if they didn't do anything big in his run, they would go on to do big stuff. So, like, again, we had Sal Buscema did Selene, who was this like vampire, this like mutant vampire. She'd like kind of suck the life out of mutants and people to prolong her own life. And she would end up having a bigger role in the Hellfire Club later, but she first appeared basically alongside Magma in a New Mutant storyline. He also co-created Doug Ramsey, aka Cypher, and he also co-created the Hellions. The Hellions are awesome, dude. I love them. Like, so Empath, Thunderbird 2, I think, what were their names? Cat's Eye. Who are some of the other ones? Cat's Eye, Roulette. And what are the others? I'm trying to remember them. I'm looking at them right now. One second. I'm just looking at all these. There were like a bunch of them. Basically, they were like the villain, like Emma Frost's version of the New Mutants. Like if Xavier had the New Mutants as his younger generation, Emma Frost had the Hellions as hers. And they were great, dude. I loved the Hellions. But I mean, yeah, Buscema was awesome. And again, the more members I get, the more I can focus on this. But right now, you know, I have some stuff just for new members to check out. My goal is to keep adding more and more and more. But that all depends on you guys, you know? Like the more, if this becomes a huge thing, the member stuff, the more I'll dump into it. But for now, it's more of a bonus for people to come in the future. And I just let me know what kind of streams you guys want me to do. But I'll tell you, I think I'm just going to keep doing the stuff I'm passionate about, because I find often if you try and just do stuff for other people, it doesn't go, you know, perfectly. You want to make your audience happy, but usually I find that the content I make that makes me happy often makes my audience happy. And if not, oh well. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean by that is, like, so a lot of my shorts, when I find my YouTube shorts, generally if it's something that's trendy, it pops off. But even then, not always the case. There's shit that popped off that I'm like, really? Like my videos that go crazy, like, so all right, I'll show you this. It's really weird. YouTube shorts are the weirdest shit, dude. So YouTube shorts, for example, will decide right here, they will decide to do this. So it'll be like, all right, so the impact Rob Ryder had on me, Black Friday sale, Nicki Minaj, America Fest, Psylocke Ninja. This got a lot. So I'm like, okay, well, Invincible's pretty big right now, 4 views. What the hell happened there? Why did this one just shit the bed? Just completely shit the bed. It was like good, nothing, NYCC, this, Succubus. I thought this would pop off because titties and ass, and it didn't. The fuck, guys? I gotta get better at like titling stuff, but this is doing all right. I don't know. It's confusing. So I'm just going to kind of try and keep it consistent. But it seems like people are liking the Coleman and crew discussions. Everyone seemed to really like that Teen Titans discussion. So, yeah. That stuff's great. And that was some of my favorite content. And I'm really looking forward to making more for you guys. So the next one is going to be Battle Beast. The group discussion, yeah, exactly. The group discussion. So Battle Beast is the next one, which I'm gonna try and schedule that for this week if I can help it. Battle Beast. We're gonna definitely do Titans. We're gonna go through the whole Titans series, at the very least up through the Judas contract, because there's so much to talk about in that series. I think it's really something great. I think, let's see, Volume 2, because Volume 2 has the return of Deathstroke. I believe that one also has all the Doom Patrol and what were they, like the Brain and all of them. Teen Titans is such a good run. Man, it's comparable to Claremont's run. Possibly. I mean, I love it. I think it might even, hot take, I think it might have a stronger start than Claremont's run. It's really solid, you know, because in the beginning, in terms of villains at least, like, because the first couple, like Claremont stuff, like Magneto doesn't show back up until like, I think, what was it, like 108? No, 103. Not 108. It was like 103. Magneto takes a while to show up, whereas New Teen Titans, boom, we got Deathstroke in issue 2. You know what I mean? We got Trigon within the first 8 issues. Now, for context, Claremont's run starts at 94, but even still, that's like 10 issues before we get to Magneto. I think we get to Juggernaut and Black Tom like at 102, 101, 102. So it still takes a little bit, but like the first volume of New Teen Titans is just, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. And for game streams, I wanted to do, there are games I want to finish like Legend of Zelda, but then for game streams, like I'd love to play Dispatch on stream. Everyone keeps talking about that. And I was really busy at the time it came out, but I would really love to play Dispatch and Choose Your Own Adventure games. I'd love to finish The Quarry. That would be a really fun one to finish. I was playing it shittily on stream, and I fucked it up big time because I didn't understand certain things with the prompt, and I got everyone killed. What are you wearing? What's up, Mike? Hope you're doing well. I'm dressed as Cypher from New Mutants. Now, Mike, Cypher was co-created by Sal Buscema, who passed away, and I didn't have anything else from Sal Buscema's characters, but I was like, oh, I want to dress as, you know, Mike. I'm sure you're a big fan of Cypher, Doug Ramsey, right? Great character. Great character. Yeah, Mike loves Cypher. Hope you're doing well, Mike. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. This has been a lot of fun doing that. Like just writing these. I wrote these last year and I was sitting on them forever. And really what it was I was inspired because Phil does these comic strips. And I was like, I really want to do more of that and more writing. And so I'm going to put a few things out for free and then I'll see what people like. And the more people like, the better we can do. And that's that. That is that. So I think I'm going to do a discussion like a Coleman and Crew every week. Now, another thing I want to do and I want to touch on is the Vaughn Coleman Presents. I think people really liked that, the Vaughn Coleman Presents stuff. Now, most weekends this year, I'm going to be at conventions. Not for February, but February and January are pretty. I actually found in my area, both this year and last year, that February was a worse month for conventions than January. Though this January, I mean, here's the thing. I had more to sell this year than last year. I should have had issue 3, but I still had issue 2, whereas last year I only had issue 1. But I actually found that, like, it's just the economy, man. Like people, so it was the economy, but it was also AVN. What's AVN? I also found like the turnout was kind of slower at some of the same shows I went to in January. Now I still did fine, but you know, I like to do more than fine. What's AVN? Convention. AVN. Oh, come on. You motherfucker. I didn't know. God damn it. It's a porn convention. I didn't know that. Shit. Now I got to clear that from my history. All right. Thanks, Doug. I was like, oh, thank you. Doug is giving me a good convention to go to. Fucker. No, nothing like that. Jesus. No, I'm going to all right, I'll give you my convention plan while I'm just yapping on the air. So I am going to be at, and this pissed me off, by the way. Garden State Winterfest was great. Garden State Winterfest was great last year. It was a good start this year, but the problem was that God had decided that we were going to have a blizzard. And so that was cut one day short because it was like just, we would not have been able to have a con on Sunday. It was too cold, blizzard, tons of snow, would not have worked, right? Okay, that's fine. Well, Saturday was going to be a longer day. The problem was that pre-blizzard cold. and it was so goddamn cold that nobody showed up. And why would people show up, at night when it's that cold out? So everyone ended up packing up early anyway, and ended up basically ending the same time it would have ended. So that killed the sales. It's like not enough people. But still made a bit, but not as much as I was hoping to. But that's okay. It's January. These first 2 months are more me setting up, right? Setting up my subscription, setting up where I want to go this year, what I want to focus on stream wise. And I do want to do more Vaughn Coleman Presents interviews. But for next month, I have a con planned. I'm going to be doing just like a little winter one in New Jersey. It's called Cabin Fever, the 22nd. And then I have also at the very end of the month, the 28th, and then March 1st, the beginning of next month, I have Happy Valley Comic-Con. That's going to be a ton of fun. I think, isn't that where the Amish live? I think it's like an Amish convention. Or like, I don't know if it isn't. I think it's a convention in the Amish area. So that's going to be interesting. And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to this year is really just traveling around. Most of them are going to be within driving distance, but I'm traveling for a few of them. You got to be strategic with the ones you're flying out for, though. You know what I mean? Or the ones you're really going far for, right? So March is when things get crazy. So right after that con, then I'm going to be tabling at Awesome Con, which is going to be the 13th to the 15th in Washington, D.C. with Bat Sauce. I will be tabling there. Then after that con, I'm driving down to Florida. It's going to be a long drive, but I'm loading up my car filled with tons of books, just everything that I'll have at that point. And I'm going to be at MegaCon. That's going to be a ton of fun. I will be at MegaCon all 4 days selling like crazy. There's going to be a ton of fun MegaCon announcements. I'm going to be splitting a booth with someone. I don't know if it's officially announced yet, so I'm going to wait until. And then there's tons of networking, tons of selling. I want to sell like crazy. And then the weekend after that, another 4-day show. The weekend, by the way, that one weekend is the last weekend of March is insane because WonderCon, C2E2, Planet Comic-Con, and Lexington Comic-Con are all the same weekend. All 4 of those cons. And that's right after MegaCon. The frustrating part was I got into 2 of them because I was like, oh, maybe I'll only get into 1. I got into 2 and I had to pick. And I decided on Lexington. So I got into WonderCon. I had to ultimately divert it because I got into Lexington first. Lexington Comic-Con is a 4-day show right after MegaCon. And I am excited for that one. I've never been to Lexington before. I've never been to Kentucky before. But it draws a good crowd. And I'm excited for it. And then after Lexington, I'll be back home for a little bit. And it's looking like with April, I'm probably just going to be doing more New Jersey shows, maybe a Pennsylvania show. And then with May, I've applied to, I'm hoping to get into Motor City Comic Con if I can. I would love to get there if possible, which is, of course, up in Detroit. We'll see on that. I'm in Thy Geekdom Con, which is a convention in Philadelphia, like around the Philly area. That'll be fun. And then I am going to end off that month. Oh, also Saratoga Comic-Con to start off May. So it looks like potentially 4 cons in May, which that's fun. I'm going to be doing, like I said, don't expect me to stream much on weekends, guys. It's going to be mostly weeknight streams from me. My work days, a lot of them are going to be weekends. I want to be selling out as many books as humanly possible, which means also when I'm running campaigns, I'm trying not to spread myself too thin, but I'm trying to put out as much product as possible, right? So what's another thing I want to do? The next big trip I'm going to do is ending that month off. I'm going to be going out to Denver for Denver Fan Expo, which is another 4-day show. And Adriana, who she designed Vivacity, and she did the Vivacity covers for issue 3. And she's going to do more for me in the future. Keep eyes out for that. She is probably going to be there as well. And then after that, I'm going to be in Phoenix Fan Fusion. It was fun being in Phoenix for AmFest. I'm going to be back in Phoenix for Phoenix Fan Fusion. And then the week after that, I will be at Heroes Con. Then 2 weeks after Heroes Con, I will be at Garden State Comic Fest. And then fingers crossed, I'm not holding my breath on SDCC, but one of the things I found out as I was planning this is there's like multiple backup cons for SDCC. So SDCC, no fucking way. No fucking way. Time out. What? All right. I'm gonna explain this costume out of context. Shit. Hold up. Pause. Rewind. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Shit. We're stream sniping it. All right.
This is my application for my season 5 of Fish Tank.
Oh,
You're daycare. You're at daycare. He's like, hi. Hey.
All right, hold on. All right, so I applied for Fish Tank. Oh shit! No way! No way! All right, I applied for Fish Tank. Sam Hyde show, because my friend was like, Vaughn, you got to apply to Fish Tank. I was like, all right, bet. Sounds good. And then I got lazy and I forgot. He kept bothering me. So Fish Tank is basically from my understanding of the show, they put you in a place for like months, right? Or no, for like 2 weeks with a bunch of random people. And I guess there's a winner. It's a $50,000 cash prize. So I had to send an audition tape for Fish Tank, and they reviewed it on air. Let's see.
Oh, damn, dude.
We will.
Yo, I really do hope that you guys.
How's it going?
I hope that you guys like have good lives and shit, because you don't have to live.
How's
like
it
that.
going?
It's not too late.
It's not too late.
Guys, my name is Vaughn Coleman, and I majored in filmmaking and acting in school, but I ultimately ended up founding my own company and creating comics in large part because I wanted to be independent. I wanted to do my
Phone?
That's me.
That's it. Own thing. There's so much weird stuff with Hollywood and just all the censorship and everything. And I wanted to just make sure that I really retained everything. And that's part of why Fish Tank is appealing to me. Sam Hyde is certainly says crazier stuff than I'd ever say, but he's got, a network still that brings in tons of viewers and shows that as an independent, you can do some crazy stuff. Now, I've never seen a full episode of Fish Tank personally. By the time this clip is watched, maybe I will have, because I started watching.
What's his website?
Check it out.
Rebola.
Dude, by the way,
Rebel.
great branding on my part. Do you see that? You see how smooth that was? See, now they're already looking at I'm keeping that on my stream forever. Look at that, dude. Instantly they look it up. Incredible. You gotta look it up. You can't. The masculine urge to look up Rebel Oasis.
Oasis Studios. That's
.com.
That's cool that you do comics. I hope that you're not like AI. I hope you're not doing AI shit.
Oh, hell no.
That's sick, dude. Damn. Good for you, bro. That's a fucking vibe. Dude, see, this is what you guys need to be on when you're talking about like, I want to start my life. I'm ready to start my life. Just like, dude, like boss up like this guy.
There we go. Cool.
Let's go. Some stuff to prepare, and it's certainly intriguing. But a friend of mine was like, Vaughn, you have to apply for Fish Tank. Like, you are perfect for this, which I'll try and take that as a compliment. But so, I'm looking into it and I'm like, oh man, there's a cash prize. That's interesting. There's this. All right. What hell are they putting me through to get this kind of opportunity? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's Sam Hyde's hosting it, so it's gotta be.
It's just
No, you're too.
it's a
You're
beer.
too. Yeah, you know too much.
You're thinking too much.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
too
Did I
much,
fuck
brother.
it?
You're thinking too much, my friend. It ain't that deep.
Oh,
Ain't
okay.
that deep, brother,
It
brother.
ain't that deep, sir. Now we just simp baited them. We totally just simp baited
Gave them
all
a
of their
frame of a
their
girl.
asses. You guys all got fucking simp baited.
A frame of a girl, a
All right.
leftover girl from yesterday's stream.
What?
Armor? Did you call me Armor now?
Car that I'm literally renting through the
Wait,
Lyft program,
is that it?
and I'm still able to lift to rent through Uber and lift these cars. But
No. No. Oh, they want people that are totally blind.
I wanted the word cuppa as in cup of tea.
No. Wait, is that it? Wait, hang on. No, what does that mean? What? No. Did I really just lose fish tank? Oh, no. God damn
I
it.
thought it would be great to mix with hug. When I saw the domain was available, I was like, I'm taking it, I'm trademarking it, I'm going with it. Hi, I'm Aaron, I'm the owner of Cup of Pug.
Oh.
We are not a traditional cafe. When I saw Cup of
Oh, okay. So I'm not like, so I'm not retarded enough for a fish tank. Okay. So wait, so then time out. My friend wanted me on because he thought I'm retarded. All right, Dan. By the way, the friend who wanted me on Fish Tank, he's been on the stream before. He's in the chat sometimes. Co-creator of Phenomenova character Thermo wanted me on Fish Tank. Well, hopefully that gets me. Dude, wait on. That's like 1,000 people saw that stream clip. All right, I'm giving them a like. Dude, what the hell? I'm getting on some channels lately. Fish Tank 142K. Vidith. Just shave my hair and just pretend I'm someone else. They won't remember. Yeah, I'll be Con Volman this time. I mean, I am dressed as Cypher, so maybe I am retarded. Anyway, that was a breaking news segment. Shit, he knows too much. I love it because that's one of the things I wondered. So, but what I'm curious is, need a new website? Yeah, but I'm not paying for another website. What's up, Radio Jim? By the way, are you a Fish Tank fan? Did you come over from there? God damn it, dude! They turned off me so quick. They didn't even hesitate. So what I'm confused about is because the only reason I found out about it was through Sam Hyde. I mean, you're thinking about it too much. I don't. Just saw that you were live. What's good? Happy to have you here, Radio Jim. I haven't seen a full episode of Fish Tank. But do they just want you to know nothing about it? Because they do screw with the people, right? Because one of the things I noticed right about it, Sam Hyde walks in and no one recognizes Sam Hyde. So I was like, I guess, but how do people apply for it without knowing them? Because you have to go to the Fish Tank website. Do they want you to just not? I'm curious. But either way, it is what it is. This is awesome. All right. Back to, let me go through. I had a list of stuff I wanted to talk about tonight. Talked about Sal Buscema. I talked about some of the stuff I'm working on. Fine, don't listen to you. Wear a hockey mask to fake blood until the demons command me. Yeah, but that seems fake and gay, to be honest. A bunch of sets where people sign up and have no idea what is going on. Okay. That's crazy to me. But I mean, I don't, I guess I can understand. I could have pretend, but I wouldn't be able to follow through with the act of pretending I didn't know. Yeah, all right, gotcha. Yeah, that is true about actors. Yeah. Well, Radio Jim, happy to have you here. Fish tank. See if I got any community. Let's see if I got any new people from that. Either way, that's fucking hysterical, dude. They were like, it's too much. Oh man, that's good. That's good shit. All right. Well, I look forward to a Battle Beast discussion this week. There are some games I want to play. Not as gay as auditioning for Fish Tank. Listen, motherfucker. My friend told me to do it, and as a good friend, I did it. Yeah, man, I'm wearing the New Mutants costume, DLA. Come on. I got to do it. I got it. Now, I've got some more work to get to. But I would guess Cannonball. No, Cypher. Because Sal Buscema co-created Cypher, and he just passed away. So this is in honor of Sal Buscema. So that's one of the things here. Now, another thing I do want to get to. What are some other stuff I want to get to? I think I basically covered everything, right? I covered everything that I want to talk about. And I will say I plan on releasing more short stories. So, again, except for didn't that character die? He did. Cypher died. Very tragic. Very, very tragic. But just a reminder, everybody, for whether you want to join through my website or through YouTube, the members of either the Rebel Oasis Crusaders or the Coleman Crusaders get access to the story Living Daymare right now. Otherwise, sign up for Reapers in Pursuit. In fact, Dale A here has a story in Reapers in Pursuit, as does Bat Sauce. So go ahead and join. In fact, Reapers in Pursuit is only 2 signups away, guys. 2 signups away from 100. So if you want access to the short story collection, make sure to check that out. Right here. Yeah, Dale's story is great. Yeah, Cypher was cool. Tim Olson, shame on you, man. You haven't read New Mutants? Come on. You should read New Mutants. It's great. It's a great run.
Death approaches. The scythe swings through. If you open this book, they'll come after you.
There we go. There we go. All right, guys. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I've got plenty of great stuff in the way. Phenomenova issue 3 comes out soon. All right, the later issues. All right, the later issues are not. All right, this is one thing I want to say. It's basically not even really New Mutants anymore by the end. That's why it became X-Force, is because by that point, like especially the Rob Liefeld stuff, it like wasn't even New Mutants anymore by that point. Magic had left the team. Danny Moonstar had left the team. Cypher had been killed off. And then even like the very end, like we lose Warlock. That's a big one too. Magma had left the team. Karma, although she was never really a Karma. Yeah, Cable. By the time Cable shows up, it's like the New Mutants at that point were a mix of the Exterminators, who were like a spinoff of X Factor, and what was left of the New Mutants. So when Cable takes over, it's not even like really like that was what issue 86. Yeah, that's not really New Mutants. I barely like that's like the remnants of New Mutants, but like Sunspot, you know, leaves in like 98 or 99, one of those. The only New Mutant left at the end of the series is Cannonball. He is the only one that's there beginning to end. Sunspot is almost there the entire time. Wolfsbane and Warlock are gone by the end of Extinction Agenda, right? And the thing is, New Mutants had like there was like a point in time where it was like 8 core members for like a long time, and it worked, you know. But then it's like Karma. Well, Karma's like barely there. Magma is gone. Then we get rid of Cypher, and now we're down to 5, right? We're down to, and then we get rid of Magic. We get rid of Wolfsbane. Now all we really have left is Cannonball, Sunspot, and Cannonball, Sunspot, Warlock. We get rid of Warlock. Wait. Who do we? Cannonball, Sunspot. Who else was there at the end? So we got rid of Magic, Karma, Magic, Karma, Mirage, Magma, Magic, Mirage, Magma, Wolfsbane, Warlock. Yeah, so really by that point it was just it was just those 2 left. And then you have Boom Boom, but Boom Boom was like from X Factor. Boom Boom first appeared in Secret Wars 2, which sucks, but she was cool. And then she was part of X Factor, and then she became part of Exterminators during that miniseries, and then the Exterminators folded into New Mutants. And you had Rusty and Skids. They get taken away, and then you had like Richter, who was one of them. Richter gets, so it was like the leftovers of, it was both the leftovers of the Exterminators and the leftovers, to the point where like the last 3 issues of New Mutants is literally just them setting up X-Force, right? Like Domino gets introduced, Deadpool gets introduced, Feral gets introduced, Shatterstar gets introduced. Who else gets introduced? Oh, and then they bring back Thunderbird from which that was cool. I always liked James Proudstar. That was all fun. So yeah. That was cool. But I recommend you want to read Claremont's whole run, not the later stuff. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for now. But most importantly, you guys should read Phenomenova. Go on over to my website, check it out. Check out the Highland Houndsman. It is free, and the audio book is available right now. Again, this guy, Vidith, just did it. So check out the Highland Houndsman. And keep an eye out for that Battle Beast stream. I'm going to go ahead. Maybe I'll even do it tomorrow if I can get even just one other person on the panel with me. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do that. Check out my website as always. In fact, you go to my website right now, you can check out the Highland Houndsman. And keep a lookout for Phenomenova issue 3. And issue 4 has already begun production. But with that being said, make sure to check out those channel memberships, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day.
We call ourselves Phenomenova. Yesterday, the Stormbearers, a deadly group of mercenaries, took control of a nuclear reactor. Before we arrived on the scene, Galvanite, a superpowered teenage boy, attempted to stop them. He failed. His story ended there that day. Ours began shortly after. Today, I sift through the memories of that day. I will put the pieces together. and we will bring those responsible to justice.